Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Muhammad Dipo Hasbi from class 33 1B07 with student number 33220176. Now I'm gonna show you my listening comprehension task. Let's continue. For part 1, complete this conversation. So, we were talking about climates. Amy, are there any sort of climates that you'd like to live in? I would like to live in Iceland or Scandinavia. Interesting. Why would you like to live in that sort of climates? The snow is just beautiful, and my image of those countries is that their infrastructure is sufficient enough to keep you warm when you're inside. But I'd say it's just so beautiful. The snow was amazing, it quiet and everything. I think it was glorious. I just really like I just really like it. I used to ski when I was younger. So I always I like skiing and I like the hills and the snow on hills is just beautiful for me. How about you? Well, I love snow too, but I don't like it when it gets so slushy and sloppy, and your feet are freezing. I think I like the ideal of snow is really appealing. I'm not sure about living in it. I prefer, I don't know, maybe the climates of southern Italy, kind of Mediterranean climates, I think. That will be really quite pleasant. Not too hot by the sea, although, in the summer it does get hot, but I don't think it's the humidity. Right, I was just thinking about that. What kind of heat is it? Is it dry heat? I think it is a drier heat, yeah. Whereas the heat we get here is unbearably at times, right? Yeah, it's really bad. Yeah. So what's the highest temperature? What's the range of temperature do you think in southern Italy, like in climate? Do you know? Not sure. I guess maybe at this time of year it starts getting up towards 20 degrees C. That's nice. And then I think it does. Places like Sicily, I think it does get pretty hot. Probably like high 30s. Yeah. Yeah. So, and I think the winters probably quite mild. Unless you're up in the north of Italy, up in the mountain. Yeah. Down in the south, it remains kind of pretty mild. Aha. If it's in the map, it's my image of that. I've never been to Italy, so I don't know. I've been to the south of France and it got really hot. That was a nice temperature. It was dry and the night time wasn't too hot either. It was really nice during the day. It was nice climate. That's all for part 1. And now for part 2. Part 2 is answer the question. For the first, why did the elementary school bus pull into gas station? Because the bus driver had to use the bathroom. Number 2, what is the reason of the driver bus to left the student on the bus? Because the bus driver had to use the bathroom in hurry and left the engine running because he did not want the children to get chilled. Number 3, Who saved the student and how he did it? A student, 10-year-old Jack, ran forward to the driver's seat and took the steering wheel and pressed hard on the brake and managed to stop the bus. Number 4. Why did the student begin yelling and screaming on the bus? Because the bus started rolling in the speed. Because the bus driver forgot to engage the parking brake. Let's continue to the last number. Number 5. Retell the story using your own word. An elementary school bus stopped into a gas station because the bus driver needed to go to the bathroom. He left the bus in a hurry and left the bus engine running because he did not want the kid to chill, but he forgot to set the parking brake on. So the bus started rolling. The bus started gaining up speed and the children starting to yelling and screaming. But one children, Jack, a 10-year-old, had a composure to run forward to the driver's seat and take the steering wheel and press hard on the brake until it stopped and shut the bus engine off, overlooking the creek bed. The police showed up and congratulated Jack for stopping the bus and told him that he can be a great police officer when he grows up. For the bus driver, he is arrested while walking in the highway. He charged with leaving a child unattended and other road charge. That's all for the part 2. Thank you. And now we continue to the last part. Part 3. Retell the story using your own word. Yes, the story is The Fox and the Crow. Yes, I knew that you would say that foxes like to eat hens best, and stolen ones at that. But not many people know that what foxes appreciate even more than chicken is a nice piece of cheese once in a while. I looked up into the tree, and there on the branch I saw Miss Crow, looking terribly pleased with herself, for in her beak she held a large piece of cheese. I called up to my neighbor and said, "Good morning, Miss Crow. You're looking very lovely today, if I may say so." Miss Crow cocked her head on one side and looked at me with her beady little eye, but she kept her beak firmly closed on the cheese. I could see that Miss Crow was paying close attention to my word, even though she was pretending ever so hard not to hear. Because as soon as she opened her beak, the cheese fell off the ground and I snapped up my breakfast. That's all for this listening comprehension task. Thank you and goodbye.